Okay, this video is about the Weeblows Den binder, the binder that you'll use most of the time. And I put some things like extra handouts and pocket here, and the roster, which this one's way out of date, so you'll want to do that. Birthday list. We went over this of people that are in it, and when their birthday is, when they'll be leaving, and when they'll be joining, and so forth. So there's another birthday list. It's an older one in a different format. Okay. The next section we have these summaries of who has done what on each adventure. So the first adventure that we started with the new system was the Cast Iron Chef, and there's the name of each boy that was in Weeblows at that time, and it checks off all the things they did. So you can see there were two boys that actually earned that award. Kenneth Thompson, who's no longer in our group, and then Sage Riemann. And Sage was, I believe he was awarded that. And then you can see the other ones didn't come even close, so nothing to do there. Alright, so the next one, each sheet, it shows the month and the year that adventure applies. So for July we did the Weeblows Walkabout. It shows that Porter Bishop came in, and that he turned in his medical form at this time. We gave him a letter, and also his birthday. Alright, so here we go. The Weeblows Walkabout. It shows which boy did which requirements, and you can see that nobody has completed it yet. Kenton is already gone, so he's no longer in the running, but and then Chase is no longer in our group, but we still have Alex and Sage, which have to, they both need to recite the outdoor code and the leave no trace. Now, I may need to look back at some of the sheets that we put out. It's possible that Sage passed off one of those, and I just haven't checked it off on this sheet. And so it's always good to have both resources. And it's also divided according to weeks. Week 1, we covered these topics. Week 2, we covered these topics. Week 3, we covered these topics. So, convenient form here. Alright, same thing for Into the Wild next month. So you get the idea of that. And then directly after that, we have the den meeting sheets with the date at the top, who gave the opening prayer. This is the one for just this past week, and who passed off what. There's not a whole lot of passing off there. So the motto and slogan were passed off by Porter and Lehigh, and so we don't have. Let's see, actually we do have, this is the scouting adventure. Somewhere it should say passing off those things. Well, I don't really see it here. So you'll have to figure that out. Okay, and so even if these sheets aren't up to date, you'll have, as long as you keep current on your den meeting sheets each week, you'll show who's done what. We always put who attend and who passed off which things. So let's see if we can find an example. If we go back to so here's an example. I put pass off, leave no trace. Kenton did it. Yeah. So yeah, as you can see, they're really bad about memorizing things. Here we go. Kenton passed off outdoor code. So really, there's different things they need to memorize, and they haven't done them, and that's that's going to be a challenge. You may need to spend some time. Okay, let's work on see if we can memorize a little bit of the outdoor code, or or what have you. All right, and so this section has all of these, and they go back quite a ways. Back to the beginning of the year, a little bit last year when we first started. So it's nice to always have a record, especially when parents don't try to claim that their kid did something or was there on a particular week when they actually weren't. Alright, there's the American flag that we use to say the Pledge of Allegiance at the beginning of each meeting. We have medical forms, which each incoming Webelos Scout needs to do. Cub committee meetings. Every month you will go to a Cub committee meeting if you can, which will be directly after den meetings. As long as you or your partner goes to that, then you should be able to keep abreast of things. And so they're talking about concerns, things that are upcoming, so forth. And there's one. Let me see if I can find it for you. So here's our proposed annual calendar for Webelos activities. And we have this summarized at the beginning of the Den Leaders guidebook as well. So, in June we did Cast Iron Chef, July we did Webelos Walkabout. This is a little bit out of date, but you get the idea of how we're trying to organize it and plan ahead of time rather than just sort of winging it. Because as we talked about, there are things that are required for the Webelos, things that are required for Arrow of Light, and then there are things that are electives. It's good to make sure to you cover those. All right. One more thing I haven't mentioned so far is that there are also 2 Duty to God adventures, and those are done at home. At some point, we have not really talked to the Scouts about this, and that's something you're going to have to spearhead and figure out how do we get that done. And I think there is an issue that you're going to need to discuss with Heidi and the other den leaders of we need to figure out how to get Duty to God done over the 3 years that the boys are in Cub Scouts. So it's not all happening during Webelos. Okay, I got a little bit sidetracked there, but that was important for you to look at. Okay, all the way back to November 5th, 2014, this sheet. It has instructions for submitting internet advancement. So if they win or if they earn one of their pins, or if they earn rank, the Webelos rank, or Arrow of Light rank, then this is information you need to be able to submit that. Now it's changed. I mentioned before that it's changed. It's no longer myscouting.scouting.org. It's my.scouting.org. And so you'll log onto there, and then you'll click on. You have to look around and find Internet Advancement, and then you'll put in the unit ID and the unit password. It's all on the sheet here for you. And hopefully then you'll be able to get to the right page and submit the awards. Alright, so this is an important, it's sort of buried in the back here, but this has important information on it. And if for some reason this just doesn't you can't figure it out, you can always contact Heidi and say, okay, how do I do this? And she should be able to provide you with the information that you need. Okay, and then we have a little section here for advancement reports, which I haven't really put in there that many, but I gave you the digital copy in PDF form in zip file of some recent ones we've done. Gen record. Let's see. Yeah, we really haven't done much with that. We close badge. This is the old system, I believe. And then in the back, let's see. Yeah, in the back we have this this plastic pocket with the extra den meeting sheets you pull out each week and fill out, and then stick up near the front here. So that's where we're keeping them. Yeah, I put one right there between the summary sheets and the previous den meeting sheets. All right, so that pretty much covers what's in there. Hopefully that made enough sense to you. All right.